Samando, for joining us and sharing your insight all the way from Washington, D.C. Now we move on to our next news. France and Saudi Arabia are leading a two-day United Nations conference in New York to revive support for a two-state solution between Israel and the Palestinians. Held from July 28th to 30th, the high-level meeting aims to refocus global attention on establishing peaceful, independent states for both peoples. Israel and the United States are boycotting this conference, calling it counterproductive. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned that this two-state prospect is now further than ever, blaming the ongoing devastation in Gaza and Israel's plans to annex the West Bank. The talks come amid fresh momentum for Palestinian recognition. Now we are joined by Raymond Vickery. He's a former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Commerce, joins us live from Washington, D.C. Thank you, Raymond, for joining us today. Good to see you. Now, France and Saudi Arabia are taking a lead in pushing this solution for Palestine and Israel conflict area. And how do you assess the role of non-U.S. actors in shaping this future of Israeli-Palestinian peace process? Do you think that there can be any resolution or breakthrough knowing that U.S. and Israel are both not present in this talk?
Well, thanks very much for having me. It seems to me that this latest development between France and Saudi Arabia indicates that Israel is losing its moral authority not by defending itself, but by the way in which it's conducting the war, and indeed using food and the lack thereof as a weapon in war. The United States has backed Israel very, very strongly. Indeed, without the kind of military equipment that we are providing, Israel would be very much handicapped in any of its foreign policy adventures. It seems to me that the Saudi Arabian French meeting without the United States is indicative that Israel and the United States are becoming more isolated in regard to the Gaza and the Palestinian problem. Indeed, there are many countries around the world who already recognize the PLO, including India and other very important countries. So this phenomenon is an arbiter of what will happen, in my opinion, if the U.S. and Israel continue their lockstep down the road to really a cleansing of the Palestinians from Israel to make a one-state solution. That's not a solution in the long run, and it seems to me that it behooves the United States to look further at what it's doing in support of Israel and to see if it can be more effective, at least in resolving a huge humanitarian crisis which exists in Gaza right now.
Yes, and Raymond, now from your perspective, what is your analysis that why is U.S. or current administration decided to pull themselves out of these talks?
Well, I think they never were in that talk. They've consistently backed Israel, but you heard President Trump's remarks just yesterday in regard to the humanitarian situation, which for the first time, it seems to me, there is an explicit recognition that there is starvation going on, that children, other innocents are dying just to try to get to food, which is only 40 yards away. So there is some softening here of the U.S. position. But make no mistake about it, the lobby in the United States for Israel through AIPAC and other organizations is extremely strong. and President Trump has based a great deal of his present policy against those who might support the Palestinians on a continued lockstep with Israel. So this is a continuation. This is not a break. What the break is that Saudi Arabia and France are getting together on this two-state solution, and that other nations may join them in that effort.
Thank you very much, Raymond Vickery, for joining us and sharing your insight. Please stay with us as we come back to you. Now we move on to our next news. Iran's